I would recommend dispatching somebody out over here so that they can talk to him.
What's up, guys? Watching the Watchman here, out with Amagansett Press at the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Denver, Colorado, which is actually located in Centennial, Colorado. And we're going to take a look around, check it out, and see how it goes. Here. That's good.
Ok. Quiere que me los pidan después, porque
So let's see, no food or drink. Hours of operation. And this is interesting, they actually have the rules and regulations posted here on the outside of the main entrance, which is a good thing. Let's see how that goes. Firearms and weapons prohibited, of course. And with the same signs on this side. So let's take a walk inside and see what's going on here today. Hey, we have a class of new inductees just finish up?
Yep.
Very cool.
How can we help you?
I heard that the passport got
What's your idea, man?
So you're welcomed in all languages.
Same thing as before. Everything goes in the bucket. Everything out of your pockets.
You have an information room, so if we go through security, it's public access?
Do you have an appointment?
I don't, no.
No.
I became a citizen a long time ago.
Okay. Alright, it's by appointment only here.
It's by appointment only, really? That's interesting. I didn't see anything that said that. Is there a specific rule or policy
Yeah,
that
it's by
states that?
appointment only.
That's a rule?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. By appointment only.
I can tell you how to make an appointment if you'd like.
I'm just surprised you need a...
Call this 1-800 number right here. You can talk to them. They can't help you out over the phone, and they will make an appointment for you.
Okay. I'm just surprised you need an appointment to come in. Well, you have your rules posted here. I'll just take a look. You don't know what specific rule that is, or what is that a law? Or is it a policy?
It's the policy of the building.
Policy of the building.
Yes.
I know they make this print small enough on purpose so I can't see it. Okay. So your rules say you are to close the property to the public during normal working hours only when situations require this action to ensure the orderly conduct of government business.
Okay,
That's your rules.
okay?
So, does that mean we can come in and take a look around?
No.
Well, it says on your rules that we can.
Part of what they deem to be part of the orderly business
Okay.
is by appointment only.
Whose interpretation is that?
That's theirs.
Who's they?
USCIS.
And they interpret these.
Do you want me to give you the number of a federal protective officer?
Well, the number's on the thing. You can call them right there.
Yeah. You can talk to them and...
Well, because I'm reading these rules, and as far as I'm willing to go by the rules. I'm happy to abide by your regulations.
All we're here to do is make sure that only authorized access happens here, okay? If there's some kind of issues you have, you can call the federal protective officer that's in charge of this facility. They'll come down here, they'll talk to you, they'll explain everything to you
Can
in
we
no uncertain terms.
give them a phone call?
Sure.
Sure. Be happy to do that.
Call that number right there.
Okay. And who am I asking for? Am I asking for Harry, or is that your card?
Yes, Inspector Dollarhide.
Inspector Dollarhide. Okay. Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Inspector Dollarhide. I am calling from the reception desk, the security desk here at Immigration Naturalization. What building is this? Is there a specific building name, or what's the address?
USCIS.
USCIS. And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Aaron Verkler.
Aaron Verkler, one of your security officers here, is informing me that even if we go through security, that we do not have access to the building as a member of the public. And I'm reading the rules and regulations governing conduct on federal property, which, in my interpretation, indicate to me that we are allowed to come in and take a look at the building. So if you can give a call to the security desk if you get this message, I appreciate it. Today is Monday, the 18th at 3:17 in the afternoon. Thank you, sir. And you guys don't have any type of supervisor on site or anything?
No.
Are you able to point out to me here in these rules and regulations where it says we're not allowed in? Because all I'm reading is something that says we are.
You're not allowed in. The building's policy is by appointment only.
Well,
This isn't
with all due
something
res-
we're just telling you. Okay.
with all due respect, that's what you're telling me, but
Right.
your rules and regulations that are
Well, if I could let you in,
right
I'd do that, but that's not, I'm not authorized to do that unless you have an appointment, okay?
I'm not sure that's the case. I mean, I believe what you're telling
Why,
me.
that is the
what-
case.
I believe that's what your impression is, and that's
No,
maybe what
that's
you've been
exactly
told.
what the policy is, okay?
That's what you've been told. Policy's right here.
Well, why would they tell me something that's not the policy? That concerns actually, people actually coming in, okay?
That's what we're talking about, actually coming in.
Right, but you're not authorized to come in.
Deemed by who?
Deemed by the building.
Sure I am.
the
You have,
policy.
that's an information room. I'm sure there are public pamphlets that are meant for the public that give information. and-
No, there actually aren't. Everything's done through a website now,
You take passport photos here?
only for newly naturalized citizens.
Only
They're
for
afforded
new-
that.
Okay. Like I said, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm not trying to give you a hard time,
Okay.
but my only arguing point here is that I'm reading federal rules and regulations that say that public
Again,
is
that
allowed
concerns
access.
people that are actually coming into the building.
That's not what it says.
That-
It says
admission to property. It doesn't say anybody with an appointment. It's right here.
Well, do you think every building works the same?
Do I think every building
Do you think
every building that's
every
governed under
federal building works
GSA
the
government
same?
policy works the same, yes.
No.
As far as that specific
That's
set
not-
of rules
that's
is
not how it
concerned,
works.
sure it does.
At all.
Sure.
That's just the legal code concerning people that come into those buildings.
Right.
Okay? It has nothing to do with whether or not you're authorized to come in. Some buildings are public access,
So
so
are you-
anyone can go in.
Let me ask you a question.
Some buildings are by appointment only.
You're private security, triple canopy, right?
Right.
Okay. So is that a policy of triple canopy or is that a policy of
No.
the building?
That is a policy of the building.
Okay, so
I'm here to
policies,
make sure that policy is carried out.
no, and I appreciate that, but policies are written, correct? To avoid
Yes.
anybody just making anything up that they want to make up.
Sure.
So where can I find a written
You have
policy?
to, like I said, if you get a hold of the federal protective officer, they can square you away on that.
Well, but he's not here, you are.
I can't give you that information. I'm not authorized to give that to you. That's why I gave you that number.
Are we
so
able
you
to
could
contact
talk
a
to that-
supervisor that might be able, so one of your supervisors that might be able to?
We can give you a number if you'd like. What's their name?
It just seems strange, because it's a public
That's
building.
fine.
It's a public building, I'm reading the rules of this says regarding conduct on federal property. This is federal property, correct? And I get policy, I 100% want to follow the rules, but
Clearly.
especially when it comes to the federal government. rules
That's
are
our
usually
office
right.
number right there. You can call that. Somebody will answer. And you can ask them questions.
Okay.
They'll be
And I'm sorry-
They're probably just going to tell you the same thing I told you.
Well, they probably will, I'm sure, which doesn't make it any more true or less true.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what's your last name again, just so I can tell them who I'm...
Verkler.
Verkler. Okay. Thank you. Is it Officer Verkler?
Sure.
The number's back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can write the statement this time. I didn't do it last time. Sorry.
Yes, hi. I'm calling from, I'm at the security desk at one of your Immigration and Naturalization Services buildings. And I'm here with Officer Verkler. And he gave me your phone number to call because I'm trying to figure out, I don't have an appointment here, but I'm trying to figure out how we can gain access to the public areas of the building. I'm willing to go through security checks, and Officer Verkler seems to think there's a policy that doesn't allow the public into the building. Okay. 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 So is that something we can do now while I'm here? Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, I'll put you on speaker. Okay. Go ahead, you're on speaker.
Alright, cool. Hey, what you can do there is, I don't know, on your post book, if you have the number for the building manager.
He has nothing to do with it.
Building manager has nothing to do with this.
And this is your office?
Yeah, I already gave him the number to Harry Dollarhide.
Okay.
So he has an FPO's number. He's able to contact them. There's also a phone number out there for FPS. You can call the Mega Center. There will be somebody there
Yeah,
to.
you call the Mega Center.
Yeah, call the Mega Center. There will be somebody there, and if Harry's not available, they'll dispatch
Well,
another.
you just saw me call Harry and he didn't answer his phone.
Sure.
so-
Okay. Well, that was just the direct line to him.
Okay.
Because he usually takes care of this. But what you can do, call FPS. It'll be their dispatch center that you can reach.
They'll
If
send
they,
somebody out?
yeah, they'll send somebody out here, and then you can talk to them about it.
Okay. All right, so there's nothing you're able to do on your end, sir?
The plan- Yeah, basically not yet. It's got to go through SPS or to the building manager.
Is that for you?
So we don't have the authority to authorize access.
Now, let me ask you another question, because what I'm being told is that you have to have an appointment to gain access to the building, and that's policy. Is there somewhere that I can take a
Yeah.
look at this policy, or would they have a copy of that policy here? Shouldn't that be?
They should have, yeah, the building manager or FPS should be able to.
Paul, then we'll take it from there. All right, thank you for your help. And what was your name?
Thank you, sir.
What was your name, sir?
I'm Lieutenant Sharp.
Lieutenant Sharp?
Sharp, like, yeah, just like the knife.
Lieutenant Sharp. Okay, great. I appreciate your help, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Take care, you too. All right, so we'll step outside, give FPS a call and see what happens. Take it from there. All right, thanks. So there's a number for FPS out here somewhere, huh? Where would that be? We're gonna play along with these guys for a few minutes and see how that goes. You see any phone numbers for FPS outside?
Nope.
But you see you guys are clear. Admission to the property, which is probably too small for you to see. Is that you? All right, so as I do with the home all day, I'm probably looking right after that. Do you know where that number is for FPS? Yeah, didn't you say it was outside?
I don't know if it's out there, but the number is on here. It's the same number for the OIG.
If it's not out there, I apologize for that.
No, no problem.
But this number right here is what you can call.
Okay.
Thank you for calling the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Office Major General Hotline. To continue in English, press 1. Faculty hired. This hotline is designed to receive allegations of fraud, waste, mismanagement, and
Yeah, that one's actually more geared towards filing a complaint of some kind.
contractor management.
I'll give you the number that he was talking about.
Okay. Would have been simpler, just let us take a look around. I would have been out of here.
No, we can't let you do that.
Officer Hellman.
So this goes to Mega Center, the dispatch, and like he said, if they can't get a hold of Officer Dollarhide, they can get a hold of someone else. The dispatch out here.
Okay,
So you can try getting that number.
great. And what was it you...
FPS 27, is this an emergency?
No, it is not.
How can I help you?
How are you? I am at your security desk at the Immigration and Naturalization Services Building in Denver.
Okay.
And-
Not at my desk, but
Oh, I'm sorry. One of your security desks. And I'm sorry, what was your last name again? I'm sorry, I have a terrible...
Verkler.
I'm operator 27.
Operator 27. So I'm here with Security Officer Verkler. And I'm being told that we are not allowed access to the public areas of the building unless we have an appointment with someone here.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if that's, because there's a copy of the rules and regulations on governing conduct on federal property here on the desk. And as far as I'm aware, I do believe that we have a right to access any public, non-restricted areas of the building. And I'm being told that there is a policy that they can't produce that prohibits us from doing that. So I was directed by your security personnel to call this number and speak to you about it.
Okay. Well, it's not my place to tell you what is on that desk because I'm not sitting there. Put the PSO back on the line for me, please.
You're on speaker. He's standing right here. He can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. This is PSO
Not
Verkler.
on speakerphone.
Well, we're on my phone, so he can call you. I'm not going to hand him my phone. I mean, as you know, he's right here. He's got access to a phone. He can call you if he wants.
Okay. I'd like to know, I'm asking the PSO, who's the inspector over your location?
Harry Dollarhide,
What location
ma'am.
are we talking about?
Inspector Dollarhide. I've already given this gentleman Inspector Dollarhide's number. I would recommend dispatching somebody out over here so that they can talk to him.
Happy to do so if you tell me what address we're talking about.
Sure, it's 12484 East.
Weaver.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, I'll be happy to send somebody in that direction.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your help.
Bye.
Take care.
Alright, so you guys are gonna have to wait outside now.
Why is that?
The building's closed at 3:30.
The building closes at 3:30?
Yeah, it's posted out on the sign up there.
Building closes at 3:30.
So they should be sending someone out, we'll have them meet you out front.
Okay. The building closes at 3:30. You all have a good evening.
Alright, take care.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate your help. Thank you. Building closes at 3:30. All right, guys. Well, we're not going to get in here today, but we're going to figure it out and get an answer today. We'll see what FGS has to say. They're sending a Federal Protective Services officer here. We'll see how long that takes. Again, it's 3:30, obviously, so we'll take a walk around outside and see what's going on. Must be nice working for the government. Office is closed at 3:30. Wow. It's an early day.
Thought he said there weren't any pamphlets for the public in there.
That's an information room. I'm sure there are public pamphlets that are meant for the public that give information. and-
No, there actually are.
Yeah, there are pamphlets. Actually, they have pamphlets in several different languages. And I think that's very interesting. So I'd like to come back in here and take a look at what they have to offer. Be able to share that with you guys.
Thank you.
Five steps.
Yep, looks like he's turning this way. And you can just tell by the attitude of these guys, they're all preloaded. With the whole YouTube sensation, First Amendment audit situation. So, you know, sometimes they could have a good experience and whatever, or they could have a bad experience and take that out on anybody else who comes in afterwards. So, not fair. You know, you have to judge the situation on each individual on a case-by-case basis, as they expect us to do with that. See how it goes. Doing well, thank you.
Good.
I was actually the one that called you. That would be me.
What's going on?
So, my name is Jason, by the way.
Harry?
Dollarhide. I called your, they gave me your phone number. I actually called your number and left a message.
Yeah.
So you're a lieutenant?
No.
No, okay.
Inspector.
Inspector. Okay, I just like to call people. I trust people properly.
What's happening?
So we showed up. This is my son, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Nice to meet you.
We showed up to take a look at the building.
Sure.
You know, publicly accessible areas, lobby, that kind of thing. Maybe get some pamphlets or some public information.
Okay.
Perfectly willing to go through security checkpoint and all that thing. And the security guards inside, triple canopy guys, are telling me that you have to have an appointment to go into the information in public areas of the building.
For this one you do. But in the lobby, you're fine.
On this side of security.
Yes.
So because see what my issue is now, I said that they said, what would you want to come in for? And I said, well, there's pamphlets, I'm sure, which are available to the public, that sort of thing. They said, no, there are no pamphlets.
It's all online now. It's called InfoPass.
The pamphlets are right inside that door.
Well, that's a policy for them. I don't know. You're allowed.
So what I said to
you're
them-
allowed to have public access. You know that, right?
Right, but what so I'd like to go into all the publicly accessible areas.
Yeah. That right now, to get past the security checkpoint, that is by appointment only. But the lobby is public access. You're allowed in that lobby.
Right, but we wanted to go through security and go into the public information area.
That would be the policy for these people if they're not letting you go through there. For
Right,
CIS.
which is okay. But see, here's the other
So
thing.
I talked to them.
Well, see, but here's my issue. If you look at the rules and regulations governing conduct on federal property,
I know these.
okay, I'm sure you know better, much better than I do. But Section B here, when it comes to admission of the property, says close property to the public during working hours only when situations require this action to ensure the orderly conduct of government business.
And that's what they're probably. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to impede the orderly conduct of government business.
I believe you. So, but that's an internal policy. When they have that security checkpoint.
So you're saying that's triple canopy's policy?
No, that's building. That's the building.
Well, policies are written. So then what I did was I said to them, if that's actually a policy, can you give me a copy of the policy?
Well, maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, because I'd like to see. Because if it's a all right, let's take it from there. We'll see what happens.
I'll go in. Whoa. Oh, shit, they're locked for
3:30. They're closed.
Yeah, they're closed. Anything can happen now. They're closed.
Well, is there any way maybe you can go in by yourself and just
Yeah, they're gonna let
see
me in. They're gonna let me in. They saw me.
and see if you can figure it out for us?
I'm sure they saw me.
And I would have been out of here in 3 minutes. We're looking to take a quick look around, see if there's any pamphlets that interest us, and get out of your hair.
All right.
Need in?
Yeah.
All right. Well, off the bat, I'd say Inspector Dollarhide is at least personable. Vehicle that Inspector Dollarhide drove up in. Oh, the treaded blue line flag. I was hoping I wouldn't see that. You got me all straightened out?
Well, it's good news and maybe some bad news.
Okay.
You guys were perfectly fine. But once you go past the security, those are secure access. That's for appointments only.
It's secure access. We have to go through security. I understand that, but it's not restricted.
It's
open to the
appointment
public.
only. No, it's appointment only. It's not open to the public. By appointment it is, yeah. You're allowed in there by appointment. Yes.
So that's a policy.
That was what from our security guys, my guys, Roger Spears. That's what they were told by Triple Canopies told to do.
So your office is the one that directed them to only let people in with
They're
appointments.
contracted by us. So instead of me standing there, it's them standing there.
Now is that and I'm just having a friendly conversation.
Give me a hard time.
I appreciate that.
That's perfectly okay.
But so what I'm trying to figure out is that a lawful policy?
Well, that would be up for someone else to make that decision. That's not for me. That's a lawful policy for that. That's what I've been told.
Is it a policy that's in writing, or did somebody just hand down this word of mouth information?
Good. You mean for the going past the security levels?
See, because and I'll tell you what we're
Is
doing.
that what you're asking?
I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing here. You probably know already. And I can tell by the attitude on these guys, somebody must have been here that put a bad taste in their mouth, but that's not us.
No, they weren't too unhappy, are they?
Yeah, they weren't too friendly. They weren't unhappy, but they weren't friendly.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Maybe if I had to stand around all day, I wouldn't be friendly either. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it'd be tedious.
So what we're doing is a First Amendment audit.
Okay.
Okay, so we show up
And you were allowed in, right? And allowed film inside the lobby and everything,
only
right?
in the lobby.
Well, that's because past that security checkpoint that's the different story. Those, okay,
But
they
going
make this
through a
really simple.
Okay, please do.
Those areas
Right.
that you see, that lobby that's closed off, and it's in a glass enclosed area.
Right.
That's by appointment only.
And I get that. That's
Okay.
that's a secure. You
Yeah.
have to go through security, so it's a secured area,
Yes.
but it's not restricted. It's open to the public as long as you go through security.
You have, but
Right.
no, it's a secure area unless you have an appointment. If you have an appointment, then you're allowed to go anywhere you want in there. You have an appointment to be there. You
Okay,
have
so
there's a
And I understand that.
Yeah.
If that's a policy that's in writing, I'd like to get a copy of that policy because I would believe that
then
policy
then
would be
you go.
unlawful.
You have to make a request for that. Yes, that would be.
So I'll do a public information act.
Yeah,
request.
hopefully, yeah. But you don't have to even go that. You can come back.
Okay.
And ask for that. I mean, when it's open.
Oh, I did ask them, and
Well,
they told me they
can't
don't
leave.
have any written
They
policy.
can't leave that area anyway. But I don't know what the internal written policy that their security manager might have.
Okay.
But
Because
I do
that's not
know.
posted. See, and I'll tell
but
you.
it's set by the security post itself. Whatever post they are, that's what they're told to do.
Right, and we just have to figure out if that's lawful or not.
Well,
know?
they were letting you in and take pictures and do everything else.
Just in that little.
But
small
that area is not. That area is secure.
Well, see, here's my concern. Let's say an elderly person gets on a bus, wants to come down here because they have family in another country that might be considering coming in. So they want to come here and get some information and find. So they
can't.
get on a bus.
Yeah.
They get in an Uber.
I
They get
hear
in a
you.
Lyft. They get all the way here, only to be told if they don't have an appointment, they can't come into a public building that they pay for.
Right now, they online. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's called InfoPass.
Okay.
They are told anybody who's supposed to come here for business is told to do an InfoPass, and that's their appointment, and it comes out. If there's a special circumstance,
What is so I can get an info pass?
you got to state your business, of course. If you have a
Okay.
business, yeah, go
My
online.
business is public information. Would that qualify me for an info pass?
Should. I don't see why not.
Would you have a business card to be able to direct me to what website I go to?
USCIS website.
Okay, so just go to USCIS and I'm looking for InfoPass.
Yeah,
Okay.
InfoPass.
Okay.
And then I've never been on InfoPass, so I don't know how exactly it works.
Okay.
But I know that's what they're always telling is they give them a slip of paper to show them how to do InfoPass.
So if I can procure
so
an
walk-ins,
InfoPass,
right? Walk-ins aren't allowed. There is no walk-ins.
And you know what? If that's
It's appointment only.
yeah, and I don't see that's not posted anywhere. And
but
how
the
does
public access area is the lobby, and you are allowed in there to film.
yes,
You're allowed to film in here. You're allowed to film my cars in public.
right,
It's all good.
Well, I mean, I also have a DHS memo in my vehicle.
Sure.
It's a 2018 DHS.
We're not trying to
memo.
deny you anything. I'm
Well,
just showing
access
you.
to the public areas of the building.
But that's not. It's an appointment, so it's not public access. It's appointment only. There's a difference there.
And the only issue that I have with that is that's not posted, that's not in writing anywhere. So he could, basically, and I'm going.
That means
I'm
maybe
going.
the building would do something.
I'm going very wide on this one, but he could also say to me, anybody with a red and black vest isn't allowed in.
Okay, yeah, but that's
Well, I mean, I don't know.
that's
He could have seen me walking up with two cameras and just go, these guys are.
As you notice, I have no problem with your cameras.
No, well, you couldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't a statement like that. What I was saying, I have no problem.
No, you've been very cordial and professional, and I appreciate it.
I have no problem.
They said you were a nice guy, and you are.
I try to be. I try to be fair. And I understand. So, all I know.
Because do you see the
Public area.
hardship that could create for somebody?
It does, but that's why they do the info pass.
I know. No, I wish they would have told me about the info pass. They
Yeah,
didn't
that
tell
would
me
have
about
been nice. But yeah, the info pass is there for a reason because that way you keep your flow running.
Right.
And the appointments are set, so no one gets.
Now, see the other thing. What I think the bottom line is with the info pass is because then they're subjective. Then I'm sure you have to give your name and information to get a pass. Right?
Like I said, I've never done it.
Okay, so we'll look into
really
that.
wouldn't know.
Okay.
I don't want to give you information that might not be right. So,
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to look that up.
All right.
But the info pass is public. You go in there and I guess you can fill out whatever they have for the form and get an info pass, or you can come back, go back by the security and ask to see the security manager, and if she has.
They actually gave me the phone number to their manager, who didn't answer the phone either.
A bummer. What,
And then
for
they
Triple Canopy?
For Triple Canopy, and then they also told me that Triple Canopy actually suggested that I speak to the building manager and their lieutenant that I spoke to at Triple Canopy. said to speak to the building manager, and then these two guys said, no, the building manager has nothing to do with it, you're not speaking.
And they're closed now, so, yeah.
All right, so no, but you've given me some information to work with, and I'll definitely follow up with that.
And we don't want to hinder you. That's not the point.
Yeah, no, we just want, you know, and
this is a good place. This is where people come to become citizens.
Well, but when I said to them, are there any pamphlets or public information, they said, no, there's not. And if you go look through that door, it's all right there, right in the window.
Oh,
in numerous
I'm not
different
sure
languages.
either about. I never looked over there.
Let me
I'll go in a minute.
Yeah, it's right there, right in this door right here. If you look through that door, there's pamphlets and public information. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
You know,
that's all available online too.
Right, but it's a public.
I hear you.
I hear you.
I know
and
where
I'm
you're
being
going,
forthcoming with you. And I told you we're here doing a First Amendment audit and what we're doing, and I'm not, you know.
I'm not here to hassle you either.
But no, you're not. You've given me some information, and you've given me my homework, and I'll go home and do my homework and see if we can figure it out.
Hey, we're all here to be good, help each other.
No, and I appreciate that. All right. You don't have a business card by any chance, do you?
I was looking. All I have is my cards.
It's good to be able to get back in touch with you if I need to.
Let me see.
I guess you're the top dog here when it comes to FBS on this property? Okay, good. All right, excellent. I certainly appreciate that.
Not a problem. Is that one of those waterproof ones?
It is, right?
Yeah, I like those. I like those.
And we'll try to go through proper channels. It's a shame. It's a beautiful building.
It is. And that's why I said, when you come in there, they weren't going to hassle you about the cameras.
They never said a word about it.
Of course not. Because in a public space, you're allowed to do that.
Right. Well, I get the sense that somebody was here doing something similar.
Once you pass, recently. I haven't heard that. So they should have told me if that happened.
Okay.
But in the public, and then we walk around, film the nice big American flag. I mean, it's nice.
Always get Old Glory in the video.
It's a nice place. Yeah, and this is where people come to become part of our great experiment, right?
Right.
So this is a good thing.
Well, we all, you know, my grandfather came here in 1913, and my great-grandmother on the other side came here in 1864. Through Ellis Island.
Right after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's good. And just let us find out what you can.
I will.
With that information I gave you.
Okay.
And you should have and if you're going to come back, just give me a call and I'll meet you here.
Okay.
And then we'll see what the deal is.
Okay, so what I'll do is if I can procure an info pass, I'll just come back and go that route. If I can't get one and I have any difficulty, I'll come back, I'll give you a holler.
Give me a call. And we'll figure this out.
All right, good. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so we're going to take Officer Inspector Dollarhide's advice, and I'm going to go home and get on the computer and see if we can get an info pass to gain access to the property here and find out. And if we cannot, if we have any difficulty, he invited us to give him a call, and I'll do that. I have his business card, and we'll take it from there. So I guess that's going to do it for tonight, guys. And we're not going to get in today. We'll stay on top of it. We will follow up tonight and most likely come back tomorrow. So for now, coming to you from the U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Services building in Denver, Colorado. Amagansett Press, watching the Watchmen. We're out, guys. See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.